Hi guys, how are you all? Hope you're having amazing, beautiful Tuesday or whatever day you're watching this. So I wanted to quickly jump on and I'll straight jump into the topic. And as you can see, it's all about the change. But hey Nastya, how are you? But the what I just received are major downloads, and I want to share this very important message for the collective that we are going through right now, because I feel many are experiencing this and many may feel confused, if it's normal to go through this, right? And let me know in the comments if you can relate to this. So a little bit of backstory, like now in my business, I'm really, creating systems and processes, and I feel I really am required to step up to the new level, to into this new identity of me. And it feels uncomfortable, right? Every time we're shifting identities, when we need to change, it feels uncomfortable, right? We rather want to stay in our small self. So albeit maybe you feel that it will be unrelated, but my mom a few days ago sprained an ankle, and I was like, well, okay, that's weird, she's never sprained an ankle or whatever, she's pretty healthy. But then later, few days later, I also sprained an ankle, and I was like, this is freaking weird, like, can this be a coincidence? But I didn't pay any attention to it, right? But then yesterday, it happened maybe a few weeks ago. Yesterday I was sitting and my other ankle started to really burn. And I was thinking how it's possible that both of my ankles, and I didn't anything like serious, both of my ankles are really burning. So what I did, I looked up on the internet, Louisa Hay, what ankles mean. And ankles are associated with energy of guilt, energy of not allowing yourself to receive pleasure, and resisting or your ability to change, right? So what I want you guys to think about is, I didn't make a connection. Okay, yeah, maybe I'm not resisting the change, but what's interesting is that this morning when I woke up, hey guys, how are you? This morning when I woke up, the first thing I had on my mind, and I was still very sleepy, is that I was thinking about all of those systems that I required now in my business, which will require me paying more money. And I noticed how my mind was thinking and trying to make up all of these ways how I shouldn't, invest money, or how we could, in the past, we're working in using those softwares for free, we can come up with a workaround, and so on and so forth. And then at the same time I was thinking, yeah, but previously we did not do XYZ, so now we need the software, right? So you see how my mind was trying to put me in my small self and resisting the change, even though I know that this is what I want, right? Let me know, guys, if you can relate to this. But what I want to share with you is actually I felt that I really want to meditate, that there's some information coming through, and I went into meditation, and straight away I was taken to my Akash. And if you've never heard of Akash, it's basically, think about it, it's like a cloud storage of all your past lives. It's like a huge library in the cosmos, where you can access and see all of your past lives and all of that information. And one of the past lives that I was shown was actually in like ancient Egyptian times. And I was shown myself, I saw myself as a little girl, and I was living in a family. It's not that we were rich, but we were above the, average richness, how you call it, right? However, I saw this dynamic in my family that my mother, when she will need like money or something, she will go to my father and she will be beaten up by him because he was like in some sort of rage or something. So I associated as a little girl in that past lifetime money with pain and fear. So what happened in that lifetime? I ended up running away and living on the street because I was so afraid and associating money with this rage and pain and fear. So I consciously chose poverty because I associated poverty with safety. Do you see how freaking fucked up is that? Right, guys? And I feel that a lot of us in the collective still associate money and feel bad about money. We're fearing money, only, bad people. If you have money, you will be evil. Money, it doesn't grow on trees and so on. Who can relate to this, right? What else I wanted to share with you? So once I made that connection, and in this lifetime, I don't associate money as an evil thing anymore. But because I experienced this past life, that was still part of my energetical field. Do you see how it still impacts the way you behave in this world and what you attract? Okay? Hey, Kata, how are you? So then when I made that connection of choosing the poverty as a safety, I instantly started seeing in my mind's eye all of the Egyptian gods, Osiris, Isis, Onibis, like all of this, I don't know the names, but what was happening, one of them was coming true and instantly it was shifting to another form of, another god. And what the message I received is that you need to change. We are asked to change as a collective, right? Because we have to stop holding onto our identity. We need to stop holding on this identity that we made up and stop believing that we are who we are. Because think about all of the ascended masters, Buddha, Saint Germain, Jesus, all of them. All of them had multiple reincarnations on this earth in different forms. And it was shown to me that only when you allow yourself to shift without any expectations and labeling yourself that this is who am I and this is where I stay, until you allow yourself to fully and completely become fluid and accept your ability to change, only then you will become free. Because guys, remember, we are pure consciousness. We are just energy, right? You will never stay forever as this human form. There's no Kristina, there's no Bob, John, Martha, whatever. It is just one of the forms you are taking for a little while. And with this, guys, I really want you to remember that now, for so many people, our shadows come up, things that we do not accept about ourselves, things that we need to change, that we do not accept in our environment anymore. And we are asked and required to change. But so many of us, including me, are resisting because it's uncomfortable, it is scary, it's unknown. But once we stop, resisting that change, this is when it will start to flow. This is when it becomes easier. That we are making it up for ourselves. We're making it harder for ourselves than it actually should be, right? So the action step for you. Think about what is that I want to create, or, maybe change something. And think about, have I been resisting this change? Where I choose to act as my small self. Because when you realize that, yes, even though I want this, but because I was afraid, I'm kind of hiding, making up excuses, you will see that you are blocking yourself, that you're making it harder for yourself than it should be. And let me know in the comments, or feel free to DM me and share with me, what is that where you are resisting the change, and why you are resisting, why you're afraid, right? Obviously for me, it was resisting the change because I had all of these beliefs around money, that money is, pain and fear. So I was trying to get into safety of poverty and not, use money. So yeah, guys, this is the message. And for the collective, we're purging out so much. So just embrace this process, allow yourself to change, and support others through this as well. And as always, if you want to go deeper in this and need support with this, I do offer, hey Eddie, how are you? I do offer one-on-one sessions along with yourself, where, whatever you're might be stuck in, is it fear, a limiting belief, a pattern, where we walk through you, we work with you and work through it. Or, as always, you can just message me. And also, guys, there's an exciting thing that I'm working on. I'll probably release it next week, but it's a process to help you break out of the limits of your mind. So it will be a process that you can go through to break out of your patterns and imprints and programs, and it will be completely free. So I'm super, super excited to create that and share it with you next week. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll talk with you on my stories or on YouTube. Okay, bye!